So when Coach Prime is asking people, do you want to be here? Is he talking to those guys? Because everybody else seemed to want to do their job. I mean, you got to give defense some kind of slack, considering that they barely got off the field. We didn't capitalize and slow the game down. So I just feel like it makes me upset because we already had an identity. We already had an identity. You can't change it because we're not built for that. We didn't even go out and recruit for that. Rushing yards, 331. This is what Pat Schumer want. Maybe he should go work at Kansas. This way he need to go work. Yeah, we should have more than 42, but this way he need to go work. We will never be this team right here. We bought in too many receivers for this. 331. You see how they only had 189 in the air? That will never work for CU. We got too many good wide receivers for that. And then there's Georgia Tech. Total yards, 305 for us, passing 159. That's never gonna cut it. I can't even think of a game where Shador had 159 yards. Why would you switch it up all of a sudden? Why would you bring in a dual threat? And this is all he had. Caden, I told y'all, had the highest offensive score on PFF. And as you can see, he didn't even throw an interception. That's the interesting part. He didn't even throw an interception. Caden didn't even throw an interception. That's what's crazy to me. You would think he would have thrown an interception. Never threw an interception, just like Shador in the Rams game. I told you they're in the same situation. I hope you see it. Yards per pass, 6.8 for them, 5.5 for us. No interceptions from Caden. Rushing, 146. That should be the most we're going to get. Even with more rushing yards than typical, we still only had 305 total. So they 463. You see what happens when you go away from your identity? You see what happens? We left 163 yards, 162 yards. We left 162 yards on the table that could have been used for the wide receivers. But Schumer didn't set it up that way. And it's not like he's new. Caden is new. And just the little clip that I showed you, Caden tried to make some things happen, but he didn't have nobody to block for him. How convenient. How convenient. And again, it's the right side. You think Pat Schumer don't know Caden run to the right side? And when it kept happening, and that was the fourth quarter, why did he change it to go to the left? Coach Prime knew enough not to put Juju in because it wasn't going right. So why didn't they switch it up with the play calling like they did for the Baylor game? Because again, Pat Schumer was there. Whether it was his idea or Shador's, we saw what the fix was to get the hell away from the right side. But he didn't do that. And this clip is the fourth quarter with 10 minutes left. So I hope y'all see why I say the keys to the victory is to protect Caden, protect Juju, upgrade the play calling with a different offensive coordinator. Number 12, be in alignment with what the goal is. To get the wide receivers and the tight end involved early, to get the quarterback in rhythm early, regardless if it's Juju or if it's Caden. When they both have their term, they need to get into rhythm. But number 12, I said, what is number 12? Question mark. To be in alignment about the identity of this program and what we're trying to accomplish in this game, and that the strategy is a heavy offense with maybe 120 yards, maybe 140 on the ground. But we don't leave 130 yards behind and settle for 305. That's never been this program. It said Buff then Prime reviewed all 22 film and said Schumer called a solid game. No, he didn't. Oh, the hell he didn't. I think he hired Pat simply because he was from the NFL. That could be it. That could be it. Or all we know, what we do know at this moment is that Pat Schumer was a recommendation, right? We knew Pat Schumer was a recommendation, and he came highly recommended. But who was he recommended to? Was he recommended to Coach Prime? I'm thinking so, right? The NFL connection from his good friend from Dallas, Mike Zimmer. But here's the thing, right? Why would he come so highly recommended if he doesn't fit CU's identity in terms of the way they run the offense? We needed Coach Prime to be protective of CU's identity in terms of how we run the offense. If we only had 2 yards in one game, negative 25 and 49, that meant we want to do better than that. That don't mean we want to shut down the wide receiver, the quarterback, and turn the quarterback into a game manager and try to get 330 yards on the ground. That's a total 360. And we didn't recruit for that. We did not recruit for that. Schumer's name recognition. It might be. It has to be, because it don't make no sense. It don't even fit Shedeur. Think about it. If Shedeur had to do all of this external to Pat, because Pat was going to run the ball, and the crazy part is it wasn't even working. And I noticed Pat got mad, and the crazy part is it wasn't even working. It's not that Shedeur didn't want to do it. Like in the Kansas State game, that last drive, I'll never forget it. Shedeur wanted to throw the ball, but the run game right before that was not working. So he had to throw it up, and that's when the pass interference came in. Or didn't come in. Primes needs to stop hiring NFL people. He needs to get hungry, innovative coaches that's ready to go. I totally agree. It said, may they have a great game this week. Yeah, but they're going to have to make some changes first. Can't just hope.